What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. Fraud alert! Fraud alert! As I told you guys, when you got these guys pushing an agenda and they have no intentions of telling the truth, you got to pay extremely, extremely close attention. Here you have two-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, and reigning WBO junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Teofimo Lopez, who has 21 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout. He's 27 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. Teofimo Lopez is trying to draw as much attention, negative or positive, to himself as humanly possible, right? He doesn't want to do it the right way, and he's misguided, right? And he's doing whatever he can to try to draw attention to himself, right? He's like that kid in the class that wants attention from the teacher, so they just start disrupting the class, doing anything they can to get the teacher's attention. That's Teofimo Lopez, and that's what he's doing here, right? So Teofimo Lopez called himself calling out the pound-for-pound king, Terrence Bud Crawford, calling out Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Now, he knew the Terrence Crawford fight wasn't realistic. Tank Davis fight, semi-realistic, unrealistic, right? At least Tank Davis is in and around his weight class. But in order to draw attention to trying to make those fights, he called them outside their name and chose to disrespect the whole race of people, the black people, African-American people, right? Melanated people, right? And disrespect them. That's what he chose to do. Call black people monkeys, say he should say that. He should be able to say the N-word, freedom of speech. This is what Teofimo Lopez stated, right? All because he's unhappy with his situation and he's looking around how his peers are making way more money than he is and clearly smarter in doing business than he is. And he felt left out. So, again, he's lashing out like that kid that just wanted to disrupt the class, right? And so, he's mad at legendary Hall of Fame top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum and Top Rank. Now he's mad at Todd DeBuff. And he's saying that Todd DeBuff, who obviously is Caucasian along with Bob Arum, that they are racist. That Todd DeBuff and Bob Arum are only focused on the black fighters. Because he's upset. Then he said that he wanted to fight a guy that he could have fought for 5 years in Devin Haney, right? And he chose not to fight Devin Haney. He chose to put on a persona and act like he was undisputed, opposed to actually fighting and being undisputed, and that backfired on him. Then he fought his IBF mandatory, which he didn't have to fight in George Kambosos because the IBF, better known as the International Boxing Federation, Mr. President Darryl Peoples, they stated that he didn't have to fight George Kambosos in mandatory. They would allow him to fight Devin Haney, who was the WBC champion, for undisputed. He said he was getting $10 million to fight George Kambosos in Australia. Turns out he didn't get nowhere close to that, right? And actually, Top Rank and Bob Arum wasn't interested in making a fight. They bid $2.3 million on the fight. Then Matchroom came in and bid $3.2 million. And then Triller came in and bid $5 million. That's a long ways off. He had to share $5 million with George Kambosos. That's a long ways off from the $10 million him and his father was claiming that they was going to get to fight Kambosos in Australia. Then they ended up fighting in Madison Square Garden in his backyard, and then he ended up losing. Then he blamed it on an esophagus injury. He blamed it on a ton of other things, right? Then he blamed it on Matchroom and Eddie Hearn and DAZN setting him up. A ton of things, right? Then he moves up in weight. And he's calling out this fighter, that fighter. He could have fought Devin Haney, right? And he lost. Devin Haney goes to Australia, beats Kambosos twice, makes more money than Teofimo Lopez did, and becomes officially undisputed. Teofimo Lopez had rather tell you he was undisputed opposed to actually being undisputed. Right? Okay. Now fast forward to today. He called Tank Davis monkey, Terrence Crawford monkeys. Then he calling out Devin Haney. After all these years, he could have fought Devin Haney. Now he's calling out Devin Haney, waving his hand, because guess what? Top Rank is saying, unless you have another major player across the ring from you in the corner, we ain't paying you big money because you ain't worth that. You ain't worth that. See, reality is setting in. He understands he ain't worth that. But he looking around, oh, so you gave it to Devin Haney, the black man. Oh, you gave it to Terrence Crawford? Terrence Crawford was making the minimum of 3.5 with Top Rank. You gave it to the black man. He said Teofimo, he ain't never make $1 million in his career. Look what they laid out the red carpet for Keyshawn Davis in his hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. 10,000 people in the arena. Over $1 million at the gate. Teofimo never did that. So he's jealous. So now he's saying he want to fight Devin Haney ducking. Turkey Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, offered Teofimo Lopez to fight Devin Haney for lucrative money, and Teofimo turned it down. Did a bow face just to go to Bob Arum and ask Top Rank to offer Devin Haney a fight. They make Devin Haney an offer. Devin Haney turns it down because he's like, we could have made more money doing the same exact fight with Turkey Al-Sheikh in Riyadh season. Why would I fight over there for less money? That makes no sense, and it's the same fight. Teofimo announces that he's fighting Subriel Matias, the former IBF champion. Then guess what? Now he turned down the Subriel Matias fight, and Top Rank saying they're giving him the most money he ever received in his career, and he turned it down. Fraud. Because now he claiming that Devin Haney ducked him, right? He said that Devin Haney ducked him, and Devin Haney was offered lucrative amount of money. But then he turned around and said that he wants out of Top Rank because they can't afford him. What? I thought that you had a lucrative deal on the table for Devin Haney. Oh, that's right. The value was for Devin Haney, not for you. So then when you offered the Subriel Matias fight, Subriel Matias is not a big draw like Devin Haney. See, it just shows the worth is the value is higher for Devin Haney than Teo. It's not Teo they're willing to play, it's Devin Haney. So now Top Rank is saying they offered Teofimo Lopez the biggest deal of his career, way above his normal pay, and he turned it down to fight Subriel Matias. You see how this works? Fraud. He just wants to kick up dust and get up out of his contract with Top Rank. To do what? It's a fraud alert. You see, when you do things of the nature that Teofimo Lopez is, when you go about it that way, nothing good comes of it. Just don't. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.